Hi, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Chris Gallant. I'm a part of a couple of different organizations in the community and PEI. I'm from Wellington, Prince Edward Island. Very, very, very small community. I grew up at a French school. Very scary, actually, to go to that school. Anytime that I turned around, I'd be called a faggot and stuff like that. So that's pretty much what I'm here to talk to you about, and hopefully put a message across. Um, when I was in high school, I got constantly made fun of. I've gotten harassed numerous times. After I graduated, it still happened a little bit after that, but it was much, much better. I only decided when I was 17 that I was going to come out. Uh, but even before that, I got called a faggot every time that you turned around. There was somebody in the hallway that had called me that. Uh, there was numerous occasions where I just didn't want to be around, didn't want to have any friends or anybody. I just wanted to be pretty much left alone. Um, when I was probably about 16, 15, 16, something like that, till at least mid 17, there was numerous times where I've considered suicide. Um, I'd be driving home from work or something like that, and just think, I wonder if I would veer off in front of this car coming in front of me. I wonder if anybody would show up beside me at my hospital bed. Um, I wonder if anybody would show up at my funeral if I ended up getting killed. So it's a very, very, very scary place to be at if you know what it feels like. Um, but I got through it after I turned probably, well, I was just about to turn 18. I decided to come out. I was still in high school for about another month. I had people from my high school actually came into my work and wrote me on a comment card saying, "You make nice mayo, fag." And this is probably about 2 weeks after I came out. So trying to deal with everything in life, and all of a sudden, people doing this, getting a comment card saying this. Uh, at that point, I ran into my manager's office and I just started crying and freaking out, and I didn't know what to do. We were supposed to go on safe grad that weekend and everything, and I told her that I wasn't going. There was no way in hell that I was going. Um, very, very, very dramatic stage in my life, but it was very, very hurtful. Um, to this day, it's still shaped me to be who I am today, which I'm not going to say is a horrible thing because now I do a lot of not really activism work, but a lot of uh, speaking. Recently, I was on CBC News with Bruce Rainey, and talked about a lot of issues with gay bullying, with the recent suicides in the states, and we actually threw a candlelight vigil at UPEI. So this is pretty much for anybody that's out there that might have went through the same type of stuff that I went through, or even heard about the same stuff that I've went through. That just the stage that I'm at in my life now, where I'm actually going out and helping people with this, and while making this video, and just anything at all that I do, it's my passion to help people out, especially for different sexual orientations, whether you're gay, straight, bi, trans, in-sex. It doesn't make a difference. Whatever it is, there's different types of them, and there's a lot of bullying that goes on with everything, any kind of sexuality, even your actual gender yourself. You're having problems with that. There's a lot of people that are having issues with it, and bullying obviously doesn't help any of it. In fact, it makes it a lot worse. So pretty much what I'm here to say is that it does actually get better. Goosebumps saying that. But it really, really does. I'm now 23 years old. I'm going to university. You have no idea what life is like. If I could actually go back and grab my 15-year-old self by the hand, show me around, and being able to let myself know that I can actually get married now and I can do anything that I really want. I can go walking downtown holding hands with my boyfriend, and it doesn't make a difference what it is. I can pretty much do whatever I want. And yes, there is feedback that comes back from the community. There's a lot of it, but if you're willing to fight for your rights and make sure that you have a standpoint in this world that you can be who you are, then if you're ready to do that, you're ready to take over the world, because the world, no matter who you are, the world's gonna fight back, and you really need to be ready for that. I only decided it was 4 o'clock in the morning on, let's see, it was May 3rd, 2005, at 4 o'clock in the morning. That's when I woke up in the middle of the morning. I couldn't sleep any longer. I decided that morning that I was actually going to come out. I drove over to my friend's place, picked him up, and we went into town, and that's when I told him. We're best friends. We're still best friends now. We're inseparable in high school, and to this day, we still are. He's my best friend, and he was the first person that I told. Ever since then, it's been great. Like, it's just been fantastic. Um, but like I said, there has still been some issues in the meantime. But if you can get through that, then you can get through anything. Anything later on in life. Like I said, if everything you can, if you can get through this, really, you can get through anything. Later on in life, you can get married. You can do whatever you want. You can buy a house, you can adopt kids, you can get surrogate mothers, like whatever it is, you can do anything. You can be a regular couple now, and that's the best thing about it. And we have a lot of people to thank for that. We have a lot of the famous people, Harvey Milk as an example, that we can thank for that. But we do have a lot of people in our communities. We have a lot of people even on PEI that fought for gay rights. Um, and it's really, really great for them to even be able to live this long to actually see that they have made a difference. And we might still have a ways to go, but I'm very, very confident that I'm going to be able to live long enough to see the difference. So anyways, in conclusion, like I said before, it does actually get a lot better. Whether or not your family approves of it or not, that's a completely different story. My family didn't approve of it at the start. Now 5.5 years later, and I'll call my mother up if I have a boyfriend that I want to bring home or anything like that. I call my mom up and I can talk to her about anything. My dad's the exact same way. My dad asked me the other day, for the first time, about my boyfriend, which was sort of shocking, but it's the first time that I've ever heard him ask that, but it means a lot to me because he's extremely Catholic. So it does really get better. And if you happen to be somebody that might be either holding a gun to your head tonight or tying the noose or anything like that, just remember that is that it does get better. So just don't do it and hold it off. There's always somebody around that you can talk to. You might not know them directly, but you have different companies like the Trevor Project that can help you out. Um, on PEI, we have the suicide prevention line. They can get you in contact with anybody at all. There's the Abigail Rainbow Collective in Charlottetown. They can get you in contact with anybody for the suicide hotlines or just anybody at all. If you need to talk to somebody that's gay, then you contact the Abigail Rainbow Collective, and they'll get you in touch with somebody like me that can talk to you about it and that has went through all this stuff, and that really that you can really understand how your life can be. you don't realize whenever something like this is happening, you don't realize what your life can actually become, what can become of it, and just to really understand, well, like I said, really what life is. Later on in life, you have no idea what's going to go on. Back when I was 15, there's no way that I would have even imagined that it would have came out, let alone being on YouTube right now talking about it and Facebook. But you really don't know what you might be missing out on, and it's when I was 17, I got that comic card in at work. Right then and there, I thought my life was over. I didn't think that I was going to be able to go on, and it, that was the end of it. People were going to start making fun of me even worse because now they knew that I was a faggot, and it's uh, it's a really really scary place to be, and I can definitely see where a lot of you are coming from if something like this happens. But by sticking in there and really going ahead with life, you start to see a lot more improvement, and you really you really understand what your life can become. Now I have a lot better grasp on life and how it can work out in my advantage, but that's what everybody needs to do is everybody needs to do their individual education on it and really understand where your life can end up. There's a lot of people that turn to drugs and alcohol, which is not the best way of dealing with it, but that's just a temporary numbness of it. They still have to deal with it later, but myself, I never even touched a drug in my life, so just being able to imagine that I went through all this and haven't even touched a drug yet. Not to say that I don't drink, but still, not to say that I'm an alcoholic or anything. But it really does get better, and there's a lot less people that in this world that are as narrow-minded as they were even 5, 6 years ago. So just stick in there, and it does get better. So let's hope that the suicides start to decline a lot, and if anybody needs any help with anything, like I said, just contact any of the places that deal with this. And yeah, so hopefully you stick around for a little bit longer to at least see what your life is going to be like, and yeah, to really understand what you can do with the rest of your life because it's amazing. So it does get better. So take care, everybody. Thanks. Bye bye.